Hi everyone, my name is Jade Calver. Today I'll be talking about the startup visa, in particular the startup visa work permit, and how to avoid common pitfalls with these applications. So the startup visa program is used to bring innovative businesses to Canada. You need to be supported by a designated entity, so either a business incubator, a VC, or an angel investor who's designated by the government to support your business and your business idea to come to Canada. So let's say you're accepted into a program, you have the letter of support, so you just have to be mindful that this letter of support expires within 6 months after your designated entity issues the letter. So you'll want to apply for both permanent residency as well as a work permit during this time. I generally advise that you apply for permanent residency first and then a work permit afterwards. A few issues that we see with these work permits is one of them is that IRCC just doesn't understand them because they are quite rare. And we also see that they have quite a high level of refusal, especially through certain visa offices. So you want to be sure that you're putting together a robust application with lots of evidence to support your application. So one of the key things that you need to include in your application is of course the letter of support, but also an online job offer. I tell my clients you need to, at minimum, always be incorporating your business in Canada. Why I say this is that this allows you to get a business number from the CRA, which then allows you to do an online job offer to yourself, which then will allow you to do the online job offer through IRCC, the employer portal, and then you get a job offer number. You must have this for a startup visa work permit application, or else IRCC will refuse the application. There is some chatter online about which LMIA exemption code you should be selecting. I say choose A75 or C12, like either of those are an option to you, but you just have to make sure that you select one of those codes and then there won't be an issue. Next is when it comes to the documents. If you look at the documentation on the instructions, you'll see that they don't really list a lot of evidence that you need to include in these work permit applications. However, I think this is the worst thing that they could do because they then turn around and refuse your application for not having enough evidence. So here are a few key things that I always include with my startup visa work permits. One of those is a detailed business plan. Make sure this business plan has been reviewed by someone in Canada, that your grammar and spelling is good, that it shows the innovative aspect of your business, and that it's concentrated on you running your business outside of Canada. Another thing that you need to include is all of your educational documents and certificates, as well as all of your work and business documentation for the last 10 years plus. You want to show that you are an entrepreneur at heart. It makes sense as to why you're launching this startup in Canada, and you have the business acumen to be able to do it. Next, I always put together a documentation PDF with documentation for the proposed Canadian business. So at minimum, proof of incorporation, as well as any progress you've made with the Canadian entity, any proof of concept, so if you've tested the concept in your home country at all, making sure that you're including that. It really helps to avoid refusals with these applications. Lastly, with these work permit applications under the startup visa program, you just want to be mindful that it is still a work permit application. So the officer, when they're reviewing your application, they need to check for general admissibility. So one of those is your ties to your home country. So who do you have as family in your home country? Include passports for your parents, your siblings, maybe your spouse or children are staying back in your home country. You just need to show with documentary evidence who is in your home country to return to. Also, what do you have in your home country? Let's see your bank accounts. Let's see your assets, so property, house, cars, etc., your family business, your family money. What do you have to go back to if you don't get permanent residency? Same thing, don't forget, some countries need medicals, some countries need police certificates for work permit applications. Make sure you're including these with your startup visa application. Also, don't forget to include your IELTS results, which is required for startup visa applications, as well as proof of funds. Remember, proof of funds for startup visa work permits is double that of the settlement funds required, so make sure you're showing that and that it's available in liquid funds and it's in your name. So that's everything for the startup visa work permit. It's a great way for you to get here early to start working on your business venture. If you have any questions about filing this work permit application, please get in touch. We're online at calverimmigrationservices.com.